Yo,
Talk about it.
This is PPD. It's been a minute. Well, not too long. Just been jumping back into it, man. Everybody been on their own streaming,
tight.
on their own streaming shit, man. How's everybody been? Even though we see each other every day.
Y'all know me, man.
Life's been good. I mean, I
Tight.
Good,
can't
good,
complain.
man. Good, good. I think y'all just want to jump right into it. No frills, man.
For sure. For sure.
Why not?
Right. Let's not waste any time. So since you guys
Yeah.
where I wanted to go ahead and start touching base on. It's been a wild month, I would say. It's kind of hard to keep up with everything.
Mm,
It's like the moment that you see something online, you don't know how soon you have before it becomes old news or if they've already put it out. So
that's true.
Mm.
we'll jump into right now. I mean, Antonio Brown, Antonio Lavelle McGee, Dontel, Angelo Brown.
Demetrius Brown.
The whole name is crazy.
The whole name, brother.
All right, I'm listening.
Most people remember. I mean, you used to be remembered for your great football um, that you brought to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then linked up, got a chance to go to Oakland, fucked that off, and then ended up going to go play with Tom Brady. Won a Super Bowl, got your name out there, and then disrespected the man again. Now you're just gonna disrespect the whole world by trying to attempt to M somebody on a live stream.
JT, you
Mm,
got them asking for you in Twitch. My bad. I don't mean to cut y'all. Uh,
What's up?
we going live. Stay tuned. I just want to give you a shout out. They were asking for JT, so shout out to you, Critly T. Uh, yeah,
Oh, what's up?
they turned up on you, boy. All right, continue on.
What's up?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But nah, man, we over here talking about AV. AV pretty much should try to unalive somebody on live stream, screaming to blame it on CTE, and then tried to think he was gonna get away with it by saying I guess it was self defense.
mm,
But I don't know if you guys went back and, like I said, pretty much read the story on how this all came about. Basically, Antonio Brown decided to rob somebody with their own gun and help them look for it, and then pretend like he didn't do it. That's basically the gist of it all. You rob somebody with their own gun, blame it on them, and then get surprised when they come back and ask for their gun back. Come on now.
I thought he was getting robbed, or did
yeah,
I
I
miss
thought we
that?
was fighting. When they
All, no, I'm talking about in the beginning, brother, where this all loose all the way back to, man. This goes back to Dubai. Somebody did a case
With the
with the
chain.
chain. That's the
Yes.
dude who we got into the fight with.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What?
And they
All
just
this
look up.
ties back into that, bro.
Oh no, I didn't
All
know
this
all
ties
that.
back into that. It's all ties back into the little altercation that happened with the chain in Dubai. He reported that the chain was actually stolen when it was not his in the first place. Got somebody locked up. They did the time. Came back and sued Antonio Brown. Then they end up seeing each other at this live stream party, whatever. Things happen. Words
Everybody
conspired.
watching. Yeah.
Right. And then from there, he decided to go off. And the great, and we kind of talked about this
Right.
when it comes towards a self-defense, self-defense really only stands in if I'm in an altercation with you, hand-to-hand combat,
Mm,
Okay.
and then from that point you decide to brandish a firearm. At that point, I have all the right to brandish my firearm and
mm,
proceed to do whatever needs to be necessary. Let's say in that same situation we fight, I'm gonna get my ass whooped. You leave, and I'm so salty. I decide that I want to go and get my firearm after I've been getting jumped, whooped, whatever per se. Then go and try to actually, defend or whatever my honor. That ain't how it works. It has
Mm.
to be, and I know even you were talking about it, a crime of passion or in the heat of the moment. It would
Right.
be different if y'all were both fighting, then I pull my gun. At that point, I'm trying to get you off of me. But the moment that I turn around and the fight is no longer a fight, it becomes a if I decide that I want to go with a weapon or
mm.
whatever it may be.
So it's not leaving the scene and then coming back.
That's the problem.
Considered premeditated.
Right, because at that point you start, it makes it seem like, oh, he thought about it. He thought about trying to go find something to go hurt that person, rather than I'm in the moment and I need to find something to get this guy off of me. That's the biggest difference. If we fight and then I see a pole, steel pole, and I grab it and hit you, then I'm defending myself. But if you walk away and I go grab that pole and hit you across the head and knock you out and kill you, that's murder. That's him.
Interesting.
So
Didn't know that.
that's just a big difference. Yes. And like I told you before, Florida is big about that stand your ground. And I don't know if you ever seen like they sheriff, they always tell people, hey, if they come on your yard, they twist your doorknob, if they supposed to be there, you're supposed to take action.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, it kind of surprised me at first that they kind of were taking it as far as they were. But if you look at it, it's been a while since that happened. So that kind of makes me think that they've done their due diligence. They've done some investigating. They've talked to some people. A lot of live video has come out from that moment from different angles. So right now, I feel your boy's cooked.
You don't think he get off for their CTE, for the CTE thing?
There's no such thing as a law.
And so even if he shot in the air, it's still attempted.
What I heard was that the bullet grazed someone. That's the biggest portion of it, is that, I mean, and then still, if you're shooting in a dwelling, there's still many other charges that can come if they even just drop it down from the attempted. I mean, you have many other things that you can be doing other than, as I said, shoot into a occupied dwelling, or whether it be assault with a deadly weapon. I mean, there's just many different ways. But I don't see him coming out of this on top in any kind of way at all.
So you think he does do sometime?
Absolutely.
Even if it's not the attempted, he's still gonna get. What would they drop down to though?
Assault.
Assault.
Assault with a deadly weapon.
Yeah.
Aggravated though.
Aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, which that turns to, which I mean, that's going to be some time. He's going to serve some time.
Yeah.
They just not letting that go. And if you look at his track record, he does not have a strong track record currently of the things that he's been involved in. He's been arrested multiple times. He had I don't know if I told y'all about the time where he was moving from his house and he was supposed to pay the movers. They had all this stuff packed in the 18-wheeler, and I believe he wasn't trying to pay him and brandished the gun once again. So,
what?
I mean, he doesn't, yeah.
Okay. All right.
So he doesn't have like the best track record, I would say, in just some previous things that have happened. So, I mean, I'm wishing the best for him, but CTE, it just seems like he's trying to use that as a crutch just so he can act out.
For sure.
When you have real people with CTE, I don't know if y'all remember wrestling. Chris Benoit is a huge example of what CTE really is.
Right. Yeah. No different time.
Yeah. So, I mean, I just feel like, yes, Antonio, you have done a lot, but you're starting to where people forget that you played football.
Yeah,
even though
with this
he
new
wasn't the best,
generation.
he still wasn't the best while he was playing. He was definitely like top 5.
Yes.
Top 5, definitely.
For sure, but then it's like, I don't know, bro. I mean, as we keep paying attention and watching things and observing over and over, all these athletes, once they leave the game, it's like we actually get to see them off field. So we can't keep attaching that. Think about in his last circumstance of what he was doing. Shannon Sharp, for y'all that don't know, we call him But Shannon Sharp in the situation with the 19-year-old trying to pay high and lost his whole deal. So I don't know. Like I say, all the idolizing, we forget that they're human at the end of the day. We can't deny greatness on the field, on the courts, things like that. But it's like, who are they outside of the sport? You know what I'm saying? And then now we starting to see like how you function as a civilian in society, and it's like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It's just tough because, okay, so let's rewind. Let's just bag up a little bit, I guess. So why did they let him out? Because he made into the Aiden Ross stream that day, that same day.
Right.
So
Yeah.
so why did they let him out?
Because of his status, and I think because of his explanation that he made it seem more of like a self-defense of him getting jumped.
Mm,
Because as I said, with Florida, their gun laws are very loose. It's not, strict at all. So I'm pretty sure they said, hey, we're just going to do our investigation. We'll let you go for now, and then we'll come back to it. I just saw a video, if I'm not mistaken, Antonio Brown is currently not even in the United States of America.
what? I seen him. I seen him post. I seen him post.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
smart.
I
He's
seen him
smart.
post. He was like,
Okay. Yeah,
when they
he,
can kill you, make you
he's
stronger.
smart.
But I didn't know he was out of the state.
Yeah. No, not out of state, out of the fucking country.
Yeah. No. When I say states, I mean like United States.
Oh,
Out of the
yeah.
states.
He gone.
Right,
Gone
right,
They
right.
can't find him.
Okay.
So that just shows you he has no CTE. He knows what he's doing.
For sure. For sure.
I just think that when I say, yes, he was one of the greats, and I think if he were to go put on pads right now, he could probably still line up and toast anybody on the field.
Talk about it.
The way that I put it is like if I'm eating a good steak, why do I put steak sauce on the steak? I start forgetting how good the steak is if I'm just constantly eating steak sauce. I'm forgetting about the steak. Antonio, your football was a steak. We just hearing about all of your antics every day. Like you're losing, as Ant loves to say, your essence. What makes you who you are. We loved you for what you did on the field. Now we're questioning about every. I've seen. I don't know how many incidences I can go back to what Antonio has done since he's been out of football.
When he left football, he walked off the field mid game
and took off his pads and threw up his hands and said, "Fuck y'all."
Bro, that has never been done. Nobody in the time the NFL has
over 100 years.
Bro, that's crazy. Like he's crazy, but we all knew he was crazy. We all knew he was crazy.
We did after the whole John Gruden, him basically recording his conversation with his boss and put it on the internet.
Yeah.
That's like you talking with your boss a confidential, conversation and videotape or put it on live.
So I'm gonna say this. Cat Williams had said it a while back, right? He said you give somebody pretty much money and fame that magnifies who they really are 10 times, right?
Sure.
So to use the example, he was like, if you're an alcoholic, right, and you're broke, your limit go as far as that bottle. Mm-hmm. But if you got money, you got fame, you could pretty much, kill yourself from alcohol poisoning. So it's kind of one of those things, bro. It's like in real time, for real. So think about it. You come from this legendary field, which is the NFL, right? That's legendary. I mean that's the most high of what you can play for as football, right? You come from that, live that life, then you on to your next life, which is life after football. See what I'm saying? So it's kind of like now we starting to get to see like you in a different light, and it's almost like I don't know. I don't want to say overwhelming. It's just more so of like more of you, I guess. That's what I would use.
Right.
So it's more of you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's no different from when you watch sports, bro. When you watch sport, you're not thinking what they do on the day to day. Let's be realistic. No matter what sport, you know what I mean? Football, basketball, hockey, soccer. No matter what sport, you're not, especially professionals. You're not thinking about their day to day. But once you start getting into their day to day, just like I said with the music industry, you know what I'm saying? Celebrities, bro. It's like at the end of the day, you got to understand we are human. Everybody has vices and everybody has problems. I think we put people too much on a pedestal because of what we think they should be. Because mentally or subconsciously, what we think is like if I was at that stature, I would never. Nah, who's to say though? For real.
My grandma always tell me, never say never.
You see what I'm saying? So I mean, regardless, I mean, it's just one of those things. We was at our highest peak in one of those kind of leagues with the fortune and the fame. I mean, necessarily, with the problems and who we are go away necessarily. And I think that's what people kind of miss and don't understand. Like people human at the end of the day, regardless, whatever your stature, even the president. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he human at the end of the day, bro. So it's in human nature to deal with emotions, deal with circumstances and situations on how you feel individually, no matter your status. And I think that's what people can't separate is the ideal of status and you just your human nature. So I think that's where we get lost in the South over time, just kind of watching this. Do I think he was too far out with it? I wouldn't say necessarily. As far as the moving thing, that was outrageous. But being at a club and you talking about robbery involved, that's kind of tough, bro. That's kind
But
of
the thing
tough.
is, it wasn't a club. It was a social event for boxing.
Yeah, it was a
Regard,
boxing stream.
It was a
yeah,
boxing stream on live.
okay. Regardless of the event, okay.
I
Regardless
just
of
don't think
the
he had
event,
more sense of it to know, like you saying, like either way, he just
I mean, but
how
what
does he decipher?
but what I'm saying is the scenery and the setting. It doesn't matter the event. If it was just a boxing match set up, if he was at a club, or even if it was after a football game and a fan did the most. My whole thing is just seeing, the human nature in it. Regardless, somebody trying to rob you, that's no different from somebody. It's no different from what everybody will say that they'll do if somebody tried to break in their house and come in and take everything. It's just the fact that he was on an outing, and that it seems to be more. You know what I mean? Because it'll be no. So look at the scenario like this in real time. Say he was at home, same situation, same scenario. Dude coming up, breaking a house, do whatever, right? At that moment, is it premeditated if you're running through the house and looking and searching in different rooms because you can't remember where you left your gun, and then I'm sorry, I forgot I'm on all platforms. You left your you left your weapon, you know what I'm saying, somewhere, and now you're looking for that weapon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is it really that different? I think people taking it and justifying it because it's like, no, they had a fight, they had an altercation. Boom, he seen the security guard or whatever you want to call him. He had a weapon on his waistline. Let me grab that and then retaliate back with all in seconds or minutes, right? It really wasn't even minutes, realistically.
No,
It's
it
more
was a
so of
second.
seconds, bro. So it's like that's why to me it feels like more so of a crime of passion, so they say, right? It's more so of a crime of passion because it's like, I mean, think about
Because
think
I'm
about
pretty
how
sure to
emotional
make
you is
sure
in
that
that moment. You know what I'm saying? The
it
fact
shows
somebody
that they were trying to steal his chain,
that's what I'm
but
saying.
it was, I guess, get back from the chain that was originally stolen.
Either
So it
or,
was stolen from him, or did he steal it? So he
cause I'm
stole it from
confused now.
them.
Yeah,
Is
what's
what I
going
thought. I
on,
thought
In
he
man? I'm
stole
Dubai,
it from
the
confused.
them.
original chain from Dubai.
So was it
Right.
originally his, or he originally
I'm
took
thinking
somebody's
what they
chain?
were trying to do was they were trying to get to his chain for some get back type shit, which we don't know the full story because
Right.
they, as I said, we're still basically just breaking ground into it. We're waiting for court records to come. They still don't even have them. But I mean, as far as we know, it goes back to the point of the altercation that they had in Dubai and it kind of spilled over into all the way, the whole lawsuit or whatnot. And then I'm thinking that they were trying to get his chain because of what happened to the other chain that he supposedly had taken. So it's just a lot of back and forth, a lot of hearsay. But I mean, as far as we know of it, brother, we want the best for you, but you gotta chill out, Papa.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm saying though.
I mean,
So
he has no chill. We know that.
right. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's no different than the old saying of what we saying. You know what I'm saying? You can take the brother out the hood, but you can never take the hood
And
out the
take the
brother.
hood out the brother.
It's just to me it's borderline, bro. Like, I don't know. I guess as I get older, you know what I'm saying, I'm more understanding. Right? So it's a silver lining between good and bad, bro. And I think that's what people or starting to understand to a certain extent, but still like trying to justify things on. Because I mean, it just depends on certain situations. Like you say, I mean, we for one, we don't know the full story. For two, me me on the ideal of like he didn't leave, had to do a 30-minute drive, go back to the house, get his weapon, come back, track him down, run through the city, and then put it on him. It's kind of like all in the heat of the moment. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like try to get my chain. Are you crazy? And then you look over. I know he got one. I know he got one on him. You know what I'm saying? And you run up. Now I need this here. You know what I'm saying? Then you do what you does. So it's like, is it wrong? Is it right?
Right.
I don't know personally, but I understand. Right? So it's just like, I get it, bro. I mean, put yourself in that situation of being robbed. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, let's talk about it. So I mean, just put yourself in that situation, that circumstance. You know what I'm saying? Somebody trying to take something from you that you feel a value, or you know what I'm saying, or try to show. I don't know what are we justifying? Ego, or are we justifying more so of It's always
Take
JT.
my hand,
Say, man, what
take
are
my
you doing?
whole heart to
I'm finna mute my mic. No
I
comment.
can buy
No
another
comment, Your Honor.
iPhone. Hey, you can have it, big dog. Yeah, yeah. Hey, here you
N-
go, brother.
No, no
And right
comment.
after that,
No,
hello, 911.
no comment, Your Honor. I plead the fifth.
I'm just saying, brother. Hey, too many YNs over here taking lives over the smallest, man. I just
Materialistic at the end of the day. It's always and forever will be.
yes,
It's never over principle and morals like how it was more so back in the day. A lot of this stuff is going on. It's more so materialistic, right?
It
So
is.
I mean, it's kind of hard to justify things like that. It's never over principles and morals. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do nothing to the child. He didn't do nothing to your other half or a family member. So it's about taking a chain. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you could have let it play out, got the authorities involved, and did it the right way. But who won't do all that? But go ahead, carry on with what you finna say, man, with your topic. I mean, but
no, I
go
said,
ahead.
man, for there, I just feel like from him blaming CTE, but you got actually people. I don't like I told you guys earlier, Super Bowl winning center, former Super Bowl winning center for the Eagles, Jason Kelsey is actually stated for himself that he is feeling that he is experiencing some form of CTE. So
Mm.
I mean, just a quick rundown. I kind of just looked it over, man. You CTE, what it really does, which I mean, and he kind of went over it, changes your mood, short-term memory loss, difficulty thinking, confusion, disorientation, in a way of Parkinson's as well, and dementia. So I wasn't seeing any of that out of Antonio Brown, but whatever. I just feel like, man, you got people who are actually experiencing this and who call on the need to help, but almost get put into a position of like crying wolf. So and honestly, I have no room to say if he does, if he doesn't. Antonio, you might have it, but if you do, you need to get some help.
But he has his podcast is what is it? It's like CTE
Right.
incidents.
I feel like he's making more of a joke out of it. If you do have it, I mean, it should be something more that you, because you see how it's destroyed many lives.
Right.
It's put many people into positions where they've harmed themselves, they've harmed others. So when you have someone as decorated as Jason Kelsey, who is almost like a American good old boy. You kind of see him and say
Yeah.
you'll let
Yeah.
him at the barbecue still. So it kind
Yeah.
of just makes it to where yes, you can have CTE. I completely understand it, and hey, my heart goes out to you. But if you don't use that as a crutch for something for you to do something destructive to hurt somebody else's life. Other people are going through something that they can't come out and say that they have this disease because they might be fearful of how they'll be judged. If you use it as some way to make a currency or to make a clout off of, please stop because it's not something that should be even tolerated as a joke because it said people are losing their lives day to day to this disease. It's something that if you think about it, it's the brain hitting the skull multiple times and going into a form of swelling to where you can't control it. So I'm not gonna sit on a high horse because I'm not a medical doctor, but I would at least say, man, if you have it, if you watch, if you hear this, go get some help because we hate for anybody to let this take control of. Because I mean, you said I've seen, hey brother, we've seen a lot of people from who are known athletes to people that we don't know. So that's just my PSA on that one, especially with somebody
Like,
that
I wonder how do you like find out like is there a way that you could
I
actually
mean, if you look at it, if you have like these symptoms and you play sports and you have concussions, like let's say you're a boxer or you're a wrestler.
Hey, do y'all remember the movie that they dropped with Will Smith in it?
Will Smith, yeah,
Concussion.
or not in
That kind
watched
of breaks down what we talking about at this time.
one?
That's basically the study of that. So that movie is kind of based on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just check
Like I
that
said,
out, little
great
bro,
movie. You
and
gotta watch that. For
yeah,
sure.
just check
After this,
that out,
go
and you'll get an idea of like what we saying. Cause I know what JT talking about. That's what I'm saying. But I mean, of course, realistically, I mean that is possible because I had watched the movie, so it's like, damn, I ain't really studied it, but just the idea of it is like that's crazy. But then it's just like I don't know, bro. I mean, y'all know how I am. I mean, it's everything in nature, bro. So it's like human nature. So it's like even dealing with that, it doesn't classify you into a different kind of specimen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just something you dealing with, and you still have to be a human as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that could amplify some shit, or it could defect some things as far as your mental process or where you stand, or where your state of mind is. Kind of like a glitch or a lag
Yeah.
per
Yeah.
se. You know what I'm
Almost like
saying?
a tick.
Yeah, bro. So it's like that's tricky. That's just a individual, dealing with something that's like tricky, bro, because it's like, you know what I'm saying? Your mind could really be twitching and you not really knowing for real because it's second nature to you because it's like now become a part of your routine in your life. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's tough, bro. That one
Like I
tough.
said,
That's
that's
tough.
why I just wanted to at least touch it and mix those two in because just seeing the video of him running through the crowd screaming, I got CTE, I have CTE. Then you have some people who are afraid to even come out and say that they are having symptoms of
Right?
it.
Everybody is
So
different though. Everybody is
everybody's
their own.
different.
Everybody is their own. You know what I'm saying? Some people
So
can wear that on their sleeve. Some people
right,
can't. So
exactly.
you know what I'm saying? That's when that understanding
To
come
each his
into play.
own. In a
There
way,
we
to
go.
each his own.
Yeah, man, that's tough. That's tough. But carry on.
And
Uh,
speak on another one when it comes towards of mental. I'm gonna pull it and mix it in with your father's Donald J. Trump and your boy Elon Musk going at it on Twitter like a baby mama and baby daddy trying to figure out who gonna keep the kid for the weekend. But my Dukes ain't playing, so you gotta let her know what's up.
nah, correction. That ain't even in-house drama. That's more so of a that's a competition. That's sportsmanship. That's ego trip. You see what I'm saying? Who the best? That's what that is. Who the best? See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's like taking prime Jordan and prime LeBron and his, you know what I'm saying, and putting them
Yeah,
on the
put him on
court,
Twitter.
and then we all judge who the best. That's what that is, bro. That ain't even toxic. That's just an ego trip. That's a friendly game of ego trip. That's how they play. You know what I'm saying?
It really
That's how the elites play.
He apologized.
he
I guess he
did.
knew. I guess that he knew, like, bro.
Come on, man.
Trump told him.
Come on, man.
He said, you ain't gonna make another dollar in the U.S. if
It's a friendly game of the elites. That's how they play, bro. With them, it's not about money. It's all about ego and power. You know what I'm saying? It's what we call flexing, bro, in the culture. That's all it is. It's just flexing, bro. You know what I'm saying? You go to a strip club, a nigga throw 100 bands, you know you up and you on that and you really got that in real time, you gonna throw 101 bands. It's just what it is, bro. That's all it is, bro.
You
And
gonna
at
try
the
to
end of the
undercut.
day, y'all gonna dap each other up and y'all gonna try to link up and see where y'all can take all of them home. That's it, bro. That's all that was, bro. It's a game of ego, bro. That's a fair game. You know what I'm saying?
Me and my girl were talking about it. We've never seen in a point where any president of power, any
Don't
country,
don't say that.
in this manner, go back and forth with somebody on Twitter.
Don't say that. We didn't see them do it in the press. The reason why we didn't see them do it on social media because social media wasn't
Yes.
really active. Let's
Yeah,
talk
in the
about it for
press.
real.
Yeah, in the press, yes. But I'm saying go back and forth with someone almost in like a text back argument.
So fast forward, what is social media at this time for the new generation? The press. They not watching the news. They watching social
No, they
media.
can't. They can't keep their mind on the news. The news is
This is the new press, bro. That's all it is. It's different because we get it faster than, you know what I'm saying, 6 months ago and then now it hit you. The whole world been on the whole time. We getting it in real time, bro. Like as it's happening.
I don't think
You
that's
know what I'm
good.
saying? Come on, man.
Do you think it's for a positive or a negative for the way that it's handled like that?
It depends on who's looking at it.
Because I feel like sometimes the news comes so fast, it puts you to where, like in this situation of Trump and this battle that they had, it went like that, and then we're going to be talking about next what? It's going to go like that. It's going to be it's just quick as it can be, and it just feel like it's hard just to stay up in tune with per se in this because I feel like it's just a masking. It's to mask what's really going on.
I mean, you gotta think about it. This day and age, let's be for real, bro. Everything is light speed. Seem like it, right? It's like, damn, one thing happened, then another thing happened. This been going on. The only thing about it is social media got you so caught up and in tune that you can catch things in real time. So you just feel like, dang, it's one thing after another. It's been happening like that, right?
It has.
So what we do is we used to being stagnant, which means being still in place. Okay? So we used to dragging situations and circumstances out for a long period of time until another one occur. People forget that things happen all at once. See what I'm saying? So it's kind of like your mental structure, you know what I'm saying? Or you used to things happening like, yeah, that's life, you know what I'm saying? Boom, like on to the next. Like if it's a problem, it's another problem for the drop. You know what I'm saying? That's just life, but it's more so of like then you have people that's I'm not gonna say out of tune, just accustomed to what they used to, which is just stagnant. You know what I'm saying? You hear about one thing and that becomes the topic for the whole week, right? Everybody need to talk about it. You need to deal with everybody about it. It needs to be on every platform. It needs to be drug out and strung out to the point to where you feel like, well, dang, there's nothing I can do about it, or there's no more I can get about it, and that's crazy. I feel like I'm informed. As of now, with this social media, they ain't giving you time. You either gonna keep up or get lost in the sauce, for real. And that's really what social media about. You know what I'm saying? That's why the dude that created it or where it originated from, right? Overseas, they don't let their kids watch and indulge into it. Because
Mhm.
with distractions, it's all to keep you in the twist. Okay? Keep you all in the twister, a tornado, if you will. Just to keep your mind going to where you just like in the world span of don't even know what's happening, don't even know what's your next move. You know what I'm saying? We closing down Walmarts. This is going on in the world. Look at the war over here. Don't forget about Diddy. This is what he doing. R. Kelly got this going on. You know what I'm saying? It's all to keep you on the twist, but you got to be self-centered and engaged to understand that like those are distractions, right? All those are frequencies and avenues that you can take and pursue in life, right? So you gotta be you gotta be strong in your mental to understand like okay, I got some downtime. I'll research that, but that doesn't become a part of your life, and you creating your whole life around propaganda. See what I'm saying? It's kind of like smoke and mirrors, right? You know what I'm saying? Everybody making drill music, but everybody ain't a driller. But when they hear the song, now all of a sudden you feel
They
it
want to go
within
forward.
you that you a driller until you hit that stand, and now you confused on why you told on 42 people in your grandma. You see what I'm saying? That happens in real time, but we forget about that. So that's what people can't separate. You know what I'm saying? Entertainment and reality. Okay? So that's where we confuse that. So I don't know, man. I feel like even with other AB, who we talking about, Antonio Brown, that what the orange man got on, that's what I call him because there's no
Orange man.
way. Yeah,
Orange
man.
man.
You could pick any color to tan, you pick orange. He different, but that's another topic. Either way. So even with what our president got going on, right? Him and Elon Musk. That's just like a simple game of chess. I'm the best, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a chess tournament. I'm the best. And I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna let you make your move for the world, whatever it is, but I'm gonna move this piece to this piece, and I'm gonna yell checkmate, and I'm gonna see what you gonna do next. And what he
Because in
do?
a way, they
He
was best
apologize.
friends. I mean, you call them at UFC fights going out together. I think Elon gifted him a red Tesla, so it made him feel like, oh, we friends. You know, we good homies.
JT,
So we let him sit at the table, but he
Trump
didn't
made
let
him
him.
the head of Doge.
Yeah,
So
Dogecoin.
which is Department of Government Efficiency, which he was only the head for like 150 days
right?
type shit.
But this is
So
what I'm saying though, bro. Y'all missing the point. We talking about people with real power. JT is no different. If me and you play the game of chess right now, whether I beat you or you beat me, does that mean whoever win, we stop dealing with each other at the end of the day? It was a good game.
Yes,
They just dealing with real power, bro. That's it.
it's
There,
different. It's
there's
different.
there's
$5, it
That's what
means
I'm
nothing.
saying. There's no more chessboard or chess pieces. They have actual pieces and things to move in real time in real life. See what I'm saying? They playing a real life of game of chess. That's all it is. It's not a board game that we gonna set up and that people can see the moves and all this and that. Right? This is
See
an
who won.
in-house in game. You see what I'm saying? This is an
you know to
in-house
be
in
petty,
game.
you know to be petty
What's
if
that?
because Elon he owned Twitter, well X.
Yeah,
If
if
he
he
if
banned
he
him.
if he if he got his page deactivated, bro, that'd be
And
petty.
ban is that. Because remember, he was banned from Twitter at one point. He was banned from
That
Twitter.
was checkmate. Do y'all not realize
The
that? That was
president of the
checkmate.
United States.
Listen, that was checkmate. Then he bring it back. I'm just playing. Good game,
I'm
though.
sorry.
Run it
I'm
back.
bullshit.
Run it back. Run
I
it
took that
back.
a little
Come
bit too
on, man.
far.
This look. This is power at hand, bro. This is power at hand. It's no different from nigga being bossed up, right? In any situation or circumstances, right? No matter what the product is, it's all the same game, bro. It's the same game. That's it. You just gotta know the rules and know your position in the game. Or you a king
So,
or you a pawn. That's it.
so
And then once
this
you
next,
figure that out, you got it.
I'll go.
No,
I
you
was gonna
good.
say this because I got one for this one. This next one I didn't put it on the list, but I forgot to. But I wanted to do this one specifically because of the artistry of what it is.
Talk about it.
Have you Timberland is AI artist. I've heard so many negative things about almost of a guy said that it was like satanic.
Can I
It
talk
was.
about it? Can I
I'm
talk
gonna let.
about
That's
it?
why I brought.
I
Okay,
kind
hold
of
on.
heard somebody going back and forth, but I gotta break it down. I'm not too.
So Timberland
Okay.
made the first AI artist ever.
Okay, explain that, and then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go into a spiritual realm. So go ahead. Go ahead.
So basically, I mean, if you look at it, it's a ghostwriter.
Mm-mm. You close.
It's not.
That's what you call soul harvesting.
Okay, explain it from because
Or
when I
or
heard it, I wanted to get your end of what you because I was watching it this morning and I
right,
was like,
right.
what?
Or energy capturing. So this is what he did basically. So think about it, right? We talk about the elites, right? We'll put a name on it. Uh uh we ain't gonna call them what they are, we'll just call them Sonatis, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So Sonatis. So this is how it works, right? So it's all about an energy feast, right? This is what I keep telling everybody, bro. everything has a frequency, bro. You got to understand that. That's why manifesting is so powerful. If you can get your mind state on the frequency of whatever you're trying to get to, no matter if it's a car, a home, house, money, whatever's within the world, right? The universe has to give it back tenfold, right? Because you on that frequency. You can't go without that being on that frequency. That's what that frequency requires. So it's no different than that. So what he's been doing, he mastered social media in his own way. It's kind of like a spell, right? A summoning, if you will. I need y'all to put me on this frequency of whatever you indie artist, which is just independent, another word for independent, right? Or underground. Whatever you got. How you make your beats, how you go about it. Let's hear different sounds, let's hear different structures, let's do all this. You take all that, and the whole time he's feeding it into a machine that has a functioning, not a brain, but a processor. And eventually that processor learns how to adapt and adjust and comes up with similarities and frequencies and patterns to what you just fed it. Right? You harvest all that into a processor. Okay? Eventually the processor is gonna be tuned in enough to where it's like, okay, it is not on just one narrow path. You done fed me different kind of pathways to be something. So I'm gonna take all that and I'm gonna create my own lane out of all that. See what I'm saying? Think about it. 8 mentors.
I see where it ties in where he's saying the satanic.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
just a little much. It's like, why can't, like he said, it's like you're taking, and he kind of said that you're taking the souls away from people
exactly.
and giving it into something where you're basically shutting off reality.
Right. I mean, and I think that's what people miss, bro. And I'm gonna send them down a rabbit hole with this one, but I don't care. This is the thing. You got to think, even with artificial intelligence, that's a soul trapped inside mechanical work. We can talk about it, but we're not. But that's all it is. It's just a soul. Siri, your Alexa, your chat, all that. That's an actual soul trapped inside a machine, being able to operate and function. We can talk about it, but we're not. So that's just one of those things, and that's what you gotta understand, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's no way you create a machine to have a soul and have that much understanding across the face of the universe to where it know everything, different languages and all that, and never been here. Think about it. When you use Siri, Alexa, or you use chat, think about it. Think about the way you approach them. Hey Siri. That's summoning something. You got to think about that. That makes sense? It's no different from like conjuring a demon or something like that. Hey, you know what I'm saying? When you speaking of something that's of this world, you always got to summon them to approach you and then justify what you got going on. It's no different, bro. Y'all not thinking. You knew it was coming. I was just going to wait on it, but you knew it was coming.
So we're gonna pull them back from in that one.
Shit. Go ahead.
I just wanted to get a side note on that because I saw that this morning. I was like, man,
I'm listening.
they doing it different.
You knew I was coming with that one, but go ahead, carry on.
Well, my next one I was gonna flow into, which is actually I'm glad you said R. Kelly earlier.
I mentioned it. I talked about it. Go ahead.
Because we were actually going to be talking about the government.
Hey,
United States of America.
Watch your wordplay. Watch your wordplay, but carry on.
U.S. government. I'll say it that way.
There you go. Government.
U.S. government.
Okay.
Allegedly, is trying to take out R. Kelly, man. So
why?
Yes.
Why? What's going on?
So I mean, I don't know if you know Tasha K. Tasha K is a big YouTuber.
Yeah.
The one with
She,
the laid down sideburns with the little short hair with the fade with the curls
yes,
with the wave,
yes,
the finger wave.
absolutely.
Oh,
Lay
okay.
down sideburns is crazy.
All right,
Yeah,
go
I'm
ahead.
looking at a picture of her right now. She got laid down sideburns, look like my auntie Joyce.
That's what I'm saying, boy. That's early '80s, ain't it? That's late
Yeah.
'80s, early '90s, ain't it?
I mean, that's almost like a asymmetrical bob with like finger wave mix.
My T Jones got a few pictures like that, but go ahead, carry on. What's
Probably,
going
they're
on?
probably about 85.
Yeah,
But it shows
close.
here
Mhm.
Robert Kelly, better known as R. Kelly, has sued the United States of America Bureau of Federal Prison and YouTuber Tasha K over the romantic private relationship that was exposed to the world.
Elaborate that. What is going
So,
on?
I mean, I pretty much kind of broke it down to you. So,
Yeah, just
it's
for
now,
their sakes, let them
yeah,
know though. Let
for
them know.
everyone else, I mean, it shows here that there are 56 claims against the U.S. government Bureau of Prisons, basically for violation of Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. So what it was that R. Kelly basically ran out of his phone time. And sometimes, you know, you got a main one that's been holding you down for a good time while you've been in there. She put money on your books, sending you stamps and envelopes, and sometimes, you know, bringing you your care packages and whatnot. But then you got some, you know, sometimes you got a little side piece. In R. Kelly's situation, it seems like he had a couple.
Mm,
So
okay.
it shows here that within the time of him being there, there was 60, at least 60 federal officers that were accused of leaking this sensitive information to Tasha K. Tasha K then went on to her platform where I believe she has, I don't want to missay your followers, man. I mean, I want to say you up in there at least about 10 million,
Ooh.
more than a million. I'm sorry, more than a million. So
So
I
she
mean,
reaching she got a
yeah.
platform for
So
sure.
you got a platform basically. You have a platform where people are listening to what you're saying.
Okay.
So in the fact that you're doing that, you leak this information to Latasha Kibi.
Mm.
I guess Latasha Kibi is the girl that was, you know, seeing R. Kelly, who was down with him. Basically flipped her whole mental. She started crashing out on the internet, showing her whole natural ass,
Mm.
being who she wanted to be, and that I guess ended up getting back to R. Kelly of where this information was leaked from. With R. Kelly having this lawsuit, that's going to be bringing down a lot of money from the DOJ that they do not have. So I go back in here and I see of these two, I believe it's two inmates that came out and basically said they want us to take out R. Kelly. Either poison his food, stab him up.
Yeah.
Okay, they wasn't. Okay. You gonna have to elaborate. They wasn't regular inmates, right? Pick a
No,
name. What
no.
kind of
No,
inmates
this
were they?
dude, he was he basically serving life, but he has terminal cancer. So they said that they'll let him out, you know, let him spend the rest of his life.
What kind of, what is he affiliated with? Don't say the full thing, just say initials.
What?
AB.
AB. Uh,
WP.
Some that rhymes with the name.
Something
Allegedly.
that rhymes with um, White Wower.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
got it.
Call it bright powder.
White Wower.
Shit, bright powder will do it.
Oh, yeah.
Rarian Otherhood.
Yeah,
He's part of
Treacherous.
the Rarian Retherhood.
Yeah,
Sound
talk
like
about
Scooby
it.
Doo today.
For real though, making a word, boy. It sounds just like Scooby, boy.
But it's working, damn it.
You roll your E's in your R's.
Yes. Where I'm from, we pronounce our E's and our R's. But yes.
Okay.
So basically, overall, man, they trying to take out your boy R. Kelly. Got a $1 million lawsuit out against the DOJ just because of, as I said, these acts of putting out his information. That $1 million is going to cost them a lot because typically with a federal prison, 9 times out of 10, I believe those are independently owned.
Right.
So that money is not going to be, per se, being forked out by the state. It's a company, which a lot of these federal prisons is generally owned by, these millionaire billionaires who are putting this money because, I mean, hey, crime pays, literally.
Yeah, what it
So
is.
if you got to fork out that $1 million, if you for all the money that you really are getting out of it, that $1 million might hurt you. It might damage you, and it really might not. But I
Talk about it.
feel the way that they're doing it, they're trying to send a message. But that message is gotten out way too loud. Now the whole world hears. So R. Kelly's, I mean, for him, man, he ain't got touched yet, but now he's out here. He has his lawyer screaming for Trump to pardon him. You said it before. R. Kelly might be touching the streets.
I
that
told
good?
y'all, man. I
Is that
told
a
you.
good thing?
I don't think he's gonna hit the light. Uh, let me rewind. I don't think he's gonna hit the stage as big as it was due to prior industry requirements. Okay, he'll forever be R. Kelly. He might do some holes in the walls, but I don't think the industry is gonna let him get back into that spotlight due to where he was at, and they was already trying to. You gotta understand, he was the what do you call it when you set somebody up to lose? So the whole thing doesn't come down. What are they called?
Scapegoat.
Yeah,
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
So he was already a scapegoat for that time. Diddy is the new scapegoat. We'll talk about it, but it's
Yes.
whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because all of them do it. You know what I'm saying? Diddy is just the new one. So at that time when R. Kelly did get pressed about that, because you can't tell me he was doing that all these years and didn't nobody know. Now all of a sudden we come out the dark like he was what? That's what killed me about people for real.
We knew. Everybody knew.
Come
We
on,
seen
man.
it.
Come
We
on,
seen
man.
it. We seen it.
They gave us the tape and we still said not our R. Kelly was
It
crazy.
was before the tape.
You know what I'm saying? It's whatever, bro. It's whatever. It was a time frame that had passed. But let's be real, bro. He was the scapegoat then, bro. You know what I'm saying? That time has passed. This is what you got to understand about the scapegoats of the industry and the entertainments when you're dealing with kind of elite people. Like I said, it's the game of chess, right? My bad. I know it was 3, 4 years, bro. You still mad about that? You still tripping? You know what I'm saying? You out, ain't you? I'm gonna put 200 in your bank account, bro. You're not gonna be out here broke. If you need something, call. But the fame part is not gonna be there as it was. You see what I'm saying? Like we can't put you on our stages, but you can still use your name, your brand, your name, R. Kelly.
Yeah,
It's
the
a-
jacket.
you know what I'm saying? If you need to go do if you need to do a little tour, you need to hit a few buildings and events. Just don't attach us to that. Just make it like it's some
You got
independent
a
shit.
jacket
You
now,
know what I'm
bro. It
saying?
ain't the same. The jacket is different. You
Man,
gotta
it's a
wear that
game,
shit.
man. Huh?
Hey, y'all think kids in school still singing like graduation and shit, still singing I Believe I Can Fly?
I believe his music will forever be used. His music will forever. It's almost like, think about it. Michael Jackson had how many allegations saying that he was sleeping with kids? Well, are they still playing Michael Jackson in schools, graduations, churches? Is he not still the baddest artist of all time?
But it's a game though, huh? You gotta understand it's a game. Could tell, huh?
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 This is
Huh?
what
We
y'all
don't
gotta
we don't
get,
care about your
man.
well, we gonna use you though. We still gonna use you. So they still gonna
It's all conflicted control, bro. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Think about you create a game, right? And you have somebody that master the game. You still have to have some kind of conflicted control to where they feel like at the end of the day, you're superior and I'm under you, right? Take it down a notch. This is what we use in nowadays terminology is what considered as blackmail, bro. That's all it is, bro. It's just blackmailing, bro. It's like I'm gonna give you some kind of power to where you can go out, invest, and bring me something back to where I can contribute, but at the same sense, I need to be able to have some kind of force, a leash on you to where it's not too much, to where you're not gonna do too much, you're not gonna say too much, and you're not gonna get too much out of character. It's no different, bro. It's just
Now I got a
blackmail.
hold of it.
That's it. I got a hold on you.
I can
You
use
you
this
you
against
you're not gonna get too far out.
you. No.
Yeah, you him to whatever you attract.
Free, but you're not free. You'll
Yeah,
never be the same person that you
Does,
thought that you
does R. Kelly have kids?
I would
I
say
think
several.
so. Yeah, he does. He
I
had
would
a
say
wife.
several.
He had a wife with 2 sons, I believe. He has 2 sons.
Mm.
Mm.
I would say he got a few kids, bro. Honestly.
As far as we know of, I mean, I guess it's kids like, he ain't got. He might have the whole I can't think of that nigga name. Nigga, you be on, man.
DDG?
No, other nigga.
Who?
Duke,
Is
yeah, Duke.
oh
Duke.
Duke Dennis? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Nah, he know
got
about all
kids,
his
man.
kids. He know about all. Hey, Quintel, relax. Duke know about all his kids. No.
No,
I
you
just
don't.
feel like
Wait.
well, he know about 6 or 8 of them. Relax, bro. Relax.
Dude, you got 37 kids, my boy. Chill out.
I think me personally, I think everybody in entertainment has it, and that could be from music and sports and
I forgot what homeboy said.
artists, whatever.
33 baby mamas.
Come on, man.
33 kids. 33 baby mamas.
We gotta think these people
Bad
fly.
man.
We gotta think these people fly to the Philippines. These people done been places that we ain't ever been, boy.
Everywhere.
Holes
Bali.
in the wall. Think about that.
Bali,
Think about the
Istanbul.
tours. The tours ain't always well-known cities and state-known cities. You know what I'm saying? Within these countries, bro. They be going to the backside of some shit that on the backside of, you know what I'm saying? Pakistan, Afghanistan, that we don't even know, a little hole in the wall, boy. But I'm be here for the night. It might be one at the club that might be righteous. You hear me? Boy,
It's gonna
man,
be
you
smacking.
can say what you want. You can say what you want. You can say what you want. You gonna tell me you take a tour. Look at me, Quintel, when I said you gonna tell me you got all this fame, fortune. They coming out to see you, so you in the city. They know who you are from the concert alone, right? From the performance alone, and it ain't gonna be one in there that you gonna see or one in there that you gonna try. That's gonna be like there's a little potential right there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I got 15 to 30 minutes for that one.
I put T on this one. Future had that video where he was in Aruba. The girl was a mermaid.
That's
The
why he's
mermaid
still an old YN, my
said,
nigga.
"Us."
He would never, man, Future would never marry, bro. That's why he's an old YN, bro. Think about all the potential, but man, this nigga still
Yeah, he
catching
said,
it.
"For us."
You gotta think, bro. Future still catching everything from 21 all the way to his age, which is 21 is very low for
Probably
his
beyond.
age.
Probably
But
60.
I mean, if we gonna be realistic, that is legal. That is law. 18 is law. I'm giving you
Yeah.
21, but then you gotta think about it 18. Like my boy TK Kirkland said, he said it's a bitch graduating from college every year.
Bitch graduated from college. So
They legal. They 18. Not saying it's right, not saying it's wrong, but I understand.
go ahead and move on to the next one.
Carry on.
So Toronto.
Sheesh.
Toronto. Y'all had K-Dot, bless y'all.
Sheesh.
My boy staying in New York.
Trash. Go ahead.
Presidential security.
Presidential escorts, brother.
I seen where he didn't stay in Canada, where he stayed. Talk
New
about
York.
that part.
New York.
New York. Fled New York.
He got out of there,
Right.
didn't he?
Hey,
They not like
what?
us. They
Hey.
not like us. They not like
But they
us. Let me
singing
get to
it.
New York though.
They singing it. They asking for an encore. In
Actually,
Toronto.
encore out the party and new what's that place? The
New
Chinese
King.
place.
New King in it.
Yeah, New Hope.
Yeah, New King.
Look, let's talk about it. Y'all know the summer amongst us, right? That's
Yeah.
a lot of time for Drake to kill that vibe. He already didn't kill it with the no kill. He chipping away at it. Let's not play for real. Baby girl, who that sound like?
Baby
You
girl.
y'all know that's Kendrick for real though. Y'all know that's Kendrick voice for real, right? We can talk about it. I mean, they performers, they stage. That's really Kendrick. But I play the game with y'all. Cool. It's a battle. Okay, all right. But they on the same team. Y'all know that, right?
How long do y'all think this gonna last?
That's
bro?
literally was my next question.
As long as Kendrick drag it.
Has it been going too? Is this like the longest rap beat that kind of we've seen going on recently?
And no
It's not the
action.
longest one. But I
And
would
no
say, like,
action. I mean, it's gonna drag as long as Kendrick drag it. See, this is the thing. This is the thing. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm gonna be 100. Kendrick really a good ass artist, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people I don't say that's artists. Most of these niggas be rappers for real. But you know, I really tune into artists. Kendrick really is an artist, bro. This is his thing, bro, and this is his avenue that he's missing. The little thing that him and SZA got going on, that's really where he need to focus his energy right now, right? Because he's really getting older. All that R&B shit, that smooth, laid back, chill, grown folks ass shit, what they doing, he really needs to tune into that because that's really a good lane for him, right? But he still keep trying to prove to the rap game that like he him. Like you had that moment, like the rap game. It ain't no shade on him because it's the same thing with Drake. As fucked up as it sound, the rap game it is a small time frame for his age. You know what I'm saying? That's why Jay-Z don't do Jay-Z shit no more. You understand? He jumped into a different ball. He jumped to another field behind the scene. And that's what Kendrick ain't understanding. That's why Drake play with different genres. You see what I'm saying? Cause most genres outside of rap don't have a time limit. You see what I'm saying? You could be 60 and still performing it. You know what I'm saying? Drake can go across the country and still perform Control It when he's 60.
Sorry. I mean,
It's not gonna be a rap song. But see, that's what Kendrick not understanding, bro. The shit he got going with SZA, them kind of songs, when he's 60, he can go to China and play that, and it's gonna be okay at a family event. Not like us. You see what I'm saying? That's only for like the culture. Like, bro, it's only so long we gonna let you ride that wave until another YN come in and be like, all right, Kendrick, we tired of hearing that. It's really if he don't stop now, bro. I know that's your boy, my nigga, but it's not because I'm a Drake fan, but this is what I'm saying. I didn't see shit. You know what I'm saying? If he don't stop now, it's gonna become an ideal of overuse, and people gonna start retaliating and bashing it for it. Like, bro, we tired of hearing that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, give it his moment, my nigga. Like, because that's like Drake riding the wave still out back to back on Meek Mill. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he was still doing that now, I'd be like, Drake, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, we tired. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Kendrick gotta understand, bro. I feel like me personally, I feel like no shade on him, but I feel like if what they say? Oh, they
Do you
talking about
think it's
review
the
the song.
people that want it, or do you
No,
think
no,
it's more him
bro.
putting it out?
No, bro. It's spoon fed. So think about it. With the culture, think about it. With the culture, the majority is 10% influence, 90% following, right? So you got to think with 90% following, it's kind of like an ideal of like, say for instance, you run a daycare, you over these kids. At some point during the day, if you put them on routine to be fed, right, and you keep feeding them the same thing, chicken nuggets, somebody, one of them kids gonna be like, God damn, we can't get no pizza. You know what I'm saying? Like eventually it's gonna come to that point,
Don't take
bro.
one person.
Yes, bro. So it's like you gotta come in and serve something a little more like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we get it, bro. Now it's in your era to where it's like, okay, you getting older, boom. This scissor shit is really jumping, bro. What they got going. Cause like even when we worked at the concert, bro, just that little piece alone, I'm like, okay, that's the point that Kendrick could be, and he could put that to the forefront of his tours and his actual music, bro, and still do the rap shit and make little songs like how he been doing Poetic Justice and shit, and how to balance that shit out and keep his career going. him trying to keep this Drake shit at the forefront, bro. It is not, bro. It's not gonna turn out like how people thinking.
It
I'm
is a
telling
little
you,
bit long, drawn
he
out. 'Cause I
dragging
can't
it,
be honest,
bro.
bro.
He dragging it,
Just
bro.
like
He
I really
dragging it.
just listen
It
to
was a
all.
good battle. It was a good run. It was a good talk. It was a good topic. It was a few good songs.
I mean,
Nigga,
lyrically is not.
and look, I'ma say it
Man,
from the
I
bottom.
don't think that was even the best diss song.
But this is
Euphoria
what
was
I'm
better than
saying.
me.
That's what I'm
It was
saying.
just catchy. They're not like
But
us,
this,
just catchy.
but this is what I'm saying.
They just grab on foot.
But this is what you gotta understand, bro. Even with me being a Drake fan, I know Drake lost reality, but like I say, it's all a game. You gotta know the product. That right there was a good game of chess. That was ego check, just like Elon Musk and Trump.
Mm.
It was the
Just
best of the
because they
best
got
of the
that
rap.
money
Hold on,
without power.
it was the best of the rap culture, right?
Yeah.
Kendrick taking that shit to the head. Drake already knew that was a friendly game. Like, it's cool, my nigga, but I'ma still be Drake at the end of the day. I don't give a fuck. He dropped No Kid and the shit still doing. What song after the battle? This is what hurts. What song after the battle have Kendrick dropped that is hot as his battle song? Cause Drake dropped No Kid and that shit is going up.
Mm.
You got that one out.
Come on, man. You digging too far. It take too
Nah,
long.
bro. It's
What
Bubble
song is it?
Up.
After the
I
battle?
mean,
That's part of the battle. Is
Ball-
it
yeah,
not?
Ball-
but
Ball-
the whole, but the
Ballin'.
whole is what is it?
Ballin', we fly high, no lie. You know it. Ballin'.
You know, but the thing is, too,
Y'all go
the
ahead. I'll
thing
be
is,
back.
I don't think he too like he's stressing it too much in the simple fact of, for one, his tour, it's a GNX tour, Grand National Tour, right?
Right.
That's where the Not Like Us song, that's the album that the Not Like Us song is on. So I don't think it's just I think we all kind of, it's not we all, but everybody's dragging it. Everybody.
It's
Like,
being
you know,
used on
even at the
commercials.
BET Awards, they have like 5 or 6 like just BET Awards.
I don't
like-
watch BET awards no more.
Yeah. No, that was good, bro. They had Kevin
Was
Hart. Yeah, they had Kevin Hart hosting. It was decent. It was
I
decent.
saw some clips of it. I'm still a little weary about ever watching it again, even coming close. After I saw Playboy Cardi, him with a diamond encrusted lollipop and sucking on the motherfucker, like, come on, bro. I don't even want to watch this shit no more. I don't even want to see
Yeah, so what bro is trying to do is he's going for that
Lil
2000.
Wayne look. I know he's trying to be like Wayne with that. Then Brent, why not have a sucker? Why not enjoy it? Why you just want to be licking on metal?
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. That was kind of
It's just, bro, like the whole world is just seeming like they are okay with whatever trend is cool. Bro, we just went to Kohl's today, right? Tell me why they have a section for kids and the hats said queer. And then it had a hat that said be straight up. And in rainbow words, it said, no, not me.
in kids.
In Kohl's, in the kids section.
Wait, how the fuck? See, I don't know what the fucking world's going to.
In Kohl's.
No. I don't know.
Who for that had kids? I'm glad you came back, and so I was just letting them know, bro.
What
So
I
I
miss?
was in Kohl's, right?
Okay.
Just today. And
Yeah.
in the kids section,
All
they
right.
had a hat that said queer on it. In the kids section. And then they also had a hat that says straight up or be straight up. And then in rainbow words, it says, no, not me. So now we just pushing this defiance on kids.
This is agenda.
It just, yeah, but I don't even want to say how, I don't want to get flagged or nothing, but why? And call, like, why?
Okay. So there was a hat. Cause boy, you know I don't even play them kind of games.
That's what I'm talking to you.
But I entertain it. All right. So there was a hat in the kids section that justifies a certain
Sexual
sexuality.
orientation
Right. Sexuality.
In the
Uh
kids section.
in the kids, mind
yeah, kids section. Okay. To what gang?
you. I,
Okay,
Why?
why?
I don't know. I think it's like that's why I say this is the point where like this is the only thing like when it goes outside my understanding as far as like principles and morals. When you grown, I'm a little more understanding, right? Because everybody has their own individuality, and it's like, I can see it from that point. If you wanted to change, that's your life. You see what I'm saying? But with kids, that's when I start looking at it more so of like an old school ideal of in terms to where it's like, you know how back in the day, wanksters, if you will, we use the different words, was kind of off limits. It was kind of like women and children was off limits when it
Mhm.
came to that
Yeah.
kind of violence, right? So with this here, with sexuality, it's becoming violent, bro. It's becoming forceful and abusive, right? That's a form of abuse, forcefulness. So it's like to keep trying to force that on the children is crazy
Like
because
an
my whole
agenda.
thing, because my
Yeah.
whole thing is because it's like even when we was kids, right? On some for real terms, it was kind of like your parents put the guardrails up, but they let you be whoever you was supposed to be or whatever you feel and do whatever you want to do for the most part. But it was never like an actual path or a lane that they forced you into. And that's what I feel like with this this sexuality is doing, bro. And it's not, I don't know, it's not sitting well with me. So I think it's a lot of things that I don't really challenge in life or that I don't really question. But I think that I already be hitting kids at an age limit between 13 and under and
Sooner than
pressing that.
that.
That's
Oh
why I
yeah, I
say
was gonna say
13 and
You're
under.
right.
13 and under. It's
13 and under
probably about five.
is
Five. They
that's why
maybe
I'm
five. They
saying, bro,
start
to
trying to
be
do.
pressing anything 13 and under because I speak the reason why I say 14 is my cutoff because that's when I hit high school. I graduated early. Right? So I already knew what time it was in real time. I was a freshman. So it is what it is. But 13 and under, bro, that's kind of like really a mind state of like to really be pushing something on somebody is really like,
It's
you know what I'm
programmed.
saying? That you know what I'm saying? 13 and under is really doing a favor because really anything 9, 10 and under really is you really that shouldn't even be really a qualification for adults to even be pushing nothing that adults even indulge in. These kind of conversation, queers and whatever the case or whatever terminology you want to use, this is one of those conversations that I used to have back in not even a conversation. These is one of those things that back in the day your mama tell you go in the other room and stay out of grown folks' business. You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That this is kind of like one of those things like in real time, right? But the fact that it's being wedged in commercials, they shooting commercials for it. They starting to
Yeah.
put it in the kids' cartoons. It's
They're
in
putting it
every
in the
TV
libraries and
show,
the schools.
movies.
It's in
They
the
got it in
books.
the libraries, in the books. Then there's no question to where when these kids, I mean, let's be real. Most of these kids, like my nephew, bro, he's 6. He can jump on his tablet, man. He got access to everything in the book, bro.
Anything.
I mean, he could download an app, man, and to a point he could be playing the game to where it could switch over into where it could be a different role play. You see what I'm saying? Like we didn't have all the access and things like that growing up, bro. So for them to make it that accessible to the youth is crazy, bro. It's like they want them to grow up like that. It's kind of more so like you say, plant seeds, bro. You know what I'm saying? Start from the
It's to
root.
start. It's to start a demasculizing
Yeah, we're
world
not
that
gonna
we
wait till
live
they
in.
get older.
It's
We
to
gonna start from the root.
demasculize it because if you look, like I was telling,
It's
like I was
up to
telling, yeah, and I was telling Quintel, kind of like when I was watching some snippets on like the BET Awards with Playboy Cardi.
Mm.
Like you got this brother, grown ass man with a lollipop that ain't really a lollipop, and you sucking on it, making these feminine ass faces and all like it's too much closeted, outed people. I would say that we know. We know that you are who you are, but you still decide to put this, I don't know, this persona on. Be you. Like
But this
and
is what I'm saying though. Even at that point with him, right? Even with that point in him, he got it custom made, it diamonds, all this kind of money. He spent it on it. It's not really a lollipop in real time. This is my thing, and this is the part that I don't like. In your adult life, in your individuality, your sexuality, walking amongst this world, right? You only got one life. You can be who you gonna be or be what you want to be. Completely fine. Okay? My thing is when they start to exercise this shit to the children
yes.
over and over and over again, right? Let adult shit be adult shit. Let children shit be children shit. You see what I'm saying? To a certain point, it has to be a barrier. Okay? Now, when you throwing these kind of concerts, you know these people gonna be here. You know these people are gonna be streamed here. There should be certain frequencies broadcast across the world that's a representation of you that doesn't affect the youth. Okay? Because that's the next generation coming behind you. Let them create and build in whatever world they gonna try to be. Like with the new YNs, right? At first, people like me and older, we didn't understand when they was doing the drill music and all that. Now it's a lane that they created, and that's who they want to be growing up. Because with that corn, it's a flip side. We're looking at the cons. The pro side is ain't none of them working the warehouse jobs and going and spending all this money and taking out all these loans in college because they're making money online.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Within the population. So to me, right there, that's just mind blowing. That's crazy. They'll never do hard labor at all.
No.
That for the Gen Zs, that shit is dead. Like working a warehouse or going to
Moving
college,
job.
spending all this money, and you see what I'm saying? So it's pros and cons with it. My whole thing is it's the people that's in between. The millennials and the Gen Zs, to where it's like you trying to stay relevant enough to where you trying to do Gen Z shit to where it's not even Gen Z shit. You're tapping into a whole thing that's more so of trending and a whole community that's trying to come out. And then tie all that into what you got going on and double back and feed it to the youth. That's what I'm not feeling. That's where they losing me at. It you doing too much transactions at one time. You know what I'm saying? Like pick a lane for real, for real. You either gonna rock with the millennials and the older crowd, you gonna rock out with the Gen Zs, but or you gonna rock with the community. But for one, if you know you're on a big enough broadcast and platform to shoot frequencies out, at some shows and some things that you're doing,
Can and can't do
you should make it tolerable to where it's like, especially family shows. If you know it's family oriented, it shouldn't have to decipher to where a family or household is sitting in the house and the dad is trying to explain to his son that he shouldn't have to be another gender or vice versa. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like
We
it,
shouldn't
it, it
plant
should
any
be
seeds.
entertainable enough to where the family can enjoy as a whole, and the family has a whole ideal of who Playboy Cardi is,
Which
versus
at this
like
point we
it's
don't
not
know.
even about the show. It's about now a father that's in a child's life trying to explain to his son, when I grew up, I didn't paint my nails. That was very feminine, lady. Like we didn't, you know what I'm saying? We didn't go buy jewelry that was like candy and walk around it with it in our mouth, and that was masculine. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying, bro? Like I don't know, bro. Like as grown folks, I can't judge you. You see what I'm saying? But once he start playing on the kids' mental, That's when it
Then we have to
began
step
to
in.
confuse me. You know what I'm saying? Cause think about it. Let's take a trip down memory lane. All this shit generates from what fucked me up and threw my mental out was Dwayne Wade's son or his daughter now, right?
Right?
When
Yeah.
he first made that idea, people forget how old he was. He wasn't even supposed to be introduced to that. That was
Mhm.
supposed to be a
No.
that was supposed to be a conversation for grown folks. That wasn't supposed to hit him into 16 when he hit high school or 18 when he went off to college and then he wanted to be whoever he was going to be. That was too young for him to be exposed to that to where he want his private part chopped off.
That was Gabrielle and Dwayne.
You see what I'm saying? So it's
Mhm.
that kind of broadcasting, bro, and those kind of platforms you got to understand. I want those to stay family entertainment versus, okay, son, it's grown folks time. You go in your room, me and your mama finna watch this show. You can't be in here for this. You see what
And
I'm
I
saying?
hope, and I hope they
Sex
don't set
scenes
up
in movies, your mama tell you, your mama, your dad tell you, close your eyes and go out the room. You know what I'm saying?
Baby boy, it was I didn't get older until I seen the part when they just in the bed and shit like, and it's so crazy that I don't know like I don't know. It's up to the parents, man. It's up to the parents. You just grew up in a different time,
That's
different
it.
era. But I don't. But then I think too, like these grown people, bro. Like, why allow that shit? Like, why allow
But
TV?
think about it though. Think about it
Of
though. I
course.
understand, Quintel. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But think about it. Nothing has changed from my childhood to the childhood at this time. Think about it. Realistically. It was the broadcasters and the people that put people on platforms to certain things that kept shit in the dark. That's the only thing that has changed. With social media, there's no more dark. You see what I'm saying? You had to wait for 106 in Park to come on at a certain time when you got out of school. You rushed home to watch it when you got off the bus. You made your lunch, got all that boom boom. Nah, mom, I'm watching this.
Yeah.
In an area of a time frame. Then once 106 in Park went off, there was no platform. Even when think about it, even with MySpace, there was no platform to double back and be like, okay, free from 106 in Park. What does she do when she off the show? Or what does AJ do when he off the show? Is them really his dreads? You know what I'm saying? There was
That's
no
what I wonder
platform
about
for
you.
that. There was no platform for that.
Are them really your dreams? I always wondered that myself. Are those really your dreams, brother?
In real time, he's gonna be extra. Okay? But this is what I'm saying though. On those kind of platforms and social media wasn't available back then. It was TV. So when you
True.
seen Michael Jackson, it wasn't the behind the scenes of he's been charged to be he's dealing with children and doing all this. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't none of that. Now with the social media, you get you get the mega star of who they paint them to be. That's why we so confused with the sports, like the Antonio Browns, right? And the Shannon Sharps.
Big niggas.
We get that of who they get to paint them to be, but then when you jump on social media, we get to see who they really are. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the mask coming off. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like and scene. Okay, behind the scenes, nigga, I smoke, I drink, I cuss. You know what I'm saying? I do what the hell I want. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm him or I'm her, and I think this is what it is, and this is how I live my life and carry on. Into the next movie or the new show, this is who I am. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what's confusing people. They can't break, reality shows. Yeah, they can't separate reality shows from actual reality, bro.
Yeah.
Because we getting everything fed in real time and it's starting to blend. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Think about school you went to. Everybody wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer, bro. Everybody just think they is because now they grown.
Especially if you went to Jackson.
Right? But then when we reach the grown status, a lot of people do childish shit at a grown status. You know what I'm saying? People think they really grown for real, but they just do childish shit. You know what I'm saying? Think about all them when you was 5'8", your mama tell you grown folk business. You grew up here grown folk business. She was really childish and petty at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't really no top secret shit. Like they were doing some government ass shit. Like, damn, I can't even be in this conversation. Whole time she talking about Lucia at the church. You know what I'm saying? Like, be for real. It wasn't even no real shit. Yeah. So it was like, so I mean, that's just the era we living in, bro. We get to see the front, we get to see the mega stars, and then we get to see the behind the scenes in real time. Okay, perfect example. I'm glad I just said this. It just hit me. Perfect example. How they used to feed BET to us for years. Then they brought streamers on board, and we got to see it behind the scenes with Kai and Drewski. Perfect example. You know what I'm saying? You get to see the front side of what they want you to see, but then you get to go through the back door and see the shit that they didn't really want you to see. Yeah, bro. It's the same shit. And people can't separate. They can't differentiate what's reality TV and what's actual reality. You know what I'm saying? So we just running it together, and everybody's under the influence or intoxicated, and it's like, oh yeah, fuck all this shit in the same.
That's the craziest thing too. Like, you're so influenced by social media, not realizing that it's not real life. Like,
No.
You have to make your own decision, your own.
You remember the post I put? You remember that post I put? You know what I'm saying?
like-
All this social media, all this internet shit is fake. What you doing in real life?
Like, it's just the highlights of everything rather than seeing the actual low lights when the camera turn off.
Think about it. Cause think about it, like just us in general, right? So I know y'all personally, right? So I know when we get off this camera, I kind of have a clear idea of who y'all are and how life is for y'all for real. Think about people that when they turn on the camera, the only time they somebody is when they turn on the camera. Outside of that camera life, you could probably walk past them in Walmart and they'll never be nobody. They got fucking 20 million subscribers, right? They got 20 million followers. They do all the trends, all that old shit, stay inside the algorithm and all that old shit, right? Make a couple of dollars, but in real life, probably live in a mama basement. Let's be for real to an extent, right? And that's not even placing judgment or saying that that's wrong, but we're just being realistic. Like, in real life, in real time, they're really nobody, okay? Because most of the people that's really got some shit going and really doing some shit, for one, ain't even really dealing with this, so I ain't even really watching this shit for real. You know what I'm saying? Do we really think at this time of day, Tyler Perry, him being a billionaire now, that he's up just flipping through TikTok or Twitch or YouTube or Facebook or Twitch or whatever, just scrolling through people's shit and really just seeing what's hot? Most likely not, right? For real. So most of the people that's really popping, bro, outside of I'm gonna say outside the culture, because I can't speak on any other lane. So outside the culture, right? Most niggas that's popping with inside the culture, from our streamers to our athletes to our celebrities to our idols, whatever, right? This is a way of life, so we get that. We know they gonna be on here. We know they gonna do that. They gotta keep up with the time. But outside the culture, people that just really just kind of like meeting all the criteria on these platforms, at the end of the day, when they cut that camera out, who are they, bro? They really like nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, for real, like really have nothing going on, really not doing shit, bro. For real. Waiting for an opportunity, waiting for something to pop, just hoping that life gives something to them and that they be successful. So it's cool, bro. But like I say, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna turn a reality show into an actual reality on my end. So we'll see how it go, bro. And I don't understand why he's sitting in the spaceship.
Knowing that he don't believe in space, like, come on, man.
I wanted to throw him off real quick.
Regardless, I knew it was coming, but he knew I was gonna finish my speech.
I know. I was listening. I wanted to see. Hold on.
Yeah, I
Let me
know
let
you
me
were
see if
listening,
I
but
want to see if I can throw you off real quick.
no,
I
no, no.
respect the focus.
I'm gonna stay on my square. I know where I'm at all times, but I was gonna. I seen you over there. I said, okay, I get to that in a minute. Right now, they need to have some kind of understanding because worldly, bro, as a race, mentally, bro, we drifting, bro. I mean, it's really
Damn,
getting to the
man.
point. I mean, it's really getting to a point to where you don't even have to think for yourself anymore. All you have to do is keep up with a trend and a pattern, and they telling you that's gonna be okay. While the world is actually doing for themselves. I don't feel like
Or
as a
your
majority
algorithm
of
think for
people,
you.
huh?
You let your algorithm think for you,
Yeah, yeah,
pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. So I mean, and that's they want it because now you got to think it's really getting to a point to where people don't want to think for themselves. Usually, when I get bored, I go into deep thought of what I'm trying to do and justify and move forward in life and things like that. Right nowadays, the majority, which is the in-house herd, what they're doing is when they get bored is they just choose a platform and follow the rest. That's why we get lost in the social media algorithm and you can't understand why you've been on here 4, 6, 8 hours. You really ain't done nothing in life, but like sure, and you may have come in and think you was the importance of the world, but
I hate my algorithm. You be sending me the same shit after I not
right,
been
right, right,
watching it
right.
once.
But that's beside the
Bitch,
point.
get
That
on, man.
I swear to God,
but
that shit just start happening to me.
I know,
And
but this is what I'm saying though, and this is what I'm trying to justify. The confusion is like you become a part of the algorithm instead of being the actual algorithm, right? Because the
yeah,
people that's already in algorithm, that's who you following, and that's who you come in, that's who you like, and that's who you sharing, right? So you actually fall into the sequence of following people that's not in the algorithm. That's what we keep missing. So the people that you like, share, come in shit with, that you think that's dope, doing all this and shit. When I be playing for real about the Duke Dennises and all that old shit,
you do not be playing.
but I'm
No, you
saying
don't.
though, man, stop the cap. But this is what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
This is this is what I'm saying though. When you get to that point, you're not in the matrix. You are the matrix, and that's what we keep missing as everyday civilians going into the platforms. Every time we enter the matrix, it's like a platform. That's what you keep missing. So when you start idolizing people and all that old kind of shit, following people and all that old shit, you fall in the matrix instead of being the actual matrix itself. You see what I'm saying? And that's what we keep missing. So that's why I start doing what the fuck I want to do and doing how I'm gonna get it. Because it's like, no, I'm gonna be the matrix. And I'm gonna lead y'all up out of this because apparently
Red pill or blue pill, nigga.
y'all confused, bro. And people are sinking in and thinking that everything is entertainment. It's not, it's real life. And I think that's what I'm trying to get at people, bro. I think people start really starting to forget and miss the reality. All this shit, materialist shit, that's what they want to see. That's just the capture, right? But the influence is gonna be the wordplay. See what I'm saying? That's where I'm losing at. All this shit is just the capture. Well, who the hell is he? Why he got to set up like that? But then when you hear me talk, it's gonna be like, oh, okay, we're going this way now. See what I'm saying? So it's just like bait on the hook, bro. You like I say, you gotta know which piece you are on the board. You either a king or you're a pawn, right? And you could
Say
be
either
a
you gonna be
king
the
the
baggage,
whole
you gonna be the
time.
luggage.
You could be a king the whole time. You could be a king the whole time, but sometimes you gotta be a pawn amongst pawns just for them to understand and influence. You understand? How great was Jesus? But look what he hung with: the lowlifes, the drunks, the criminals, the
Prostitutes.
prostitutes. People forget that, right? This nigga was everything for real. This nigga was a great man. All that shit that women preach and yell about, Jesus was really that. But look what he hung with for real, in real time. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just to kind of bring them out of that and understand that any and everybody could transform and be some greater within a moment or a
That's
situation
true.
and what it calls for, right? So people think that they have to be that all the time. No, 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 no. You just got to show up when it really counts, for real, for real. That's what you gotta
Mhm.
understand, and that's what you really gotta know. You know what I'm saying? Like when this shit really calls for it, you know what I'm saying? You really gotta be on track and really be on board when it's go time. See what I'm saying? And that's what
Mhm.
people missing. But I done took over the podcast. Go ahead, JT. Last topic, and then we'll head
That
out.
was the last topic, brother.
Couldn't have been. Couldn't have been. Yeah, but
That's all the ones I sent to you, brother. We hit everything nail on the head.
man, I had a topic that I want to talk to you niggas about that's really relevant, but I forgot. 'Cause y'all got me off track. I really forgot, and I'm not gonna
That's
drag the
yourself.
podcast out for it, but I forgot, bro. I wanted to really talk to somebody. I was gonna text you. I should text it and put it in there so it'll be on the deadline, but I missed it. So
That's cool.
whatever
We're gonna
closing
do the
statements you
next one, man.
guys got, that's cool. That's fine. Go
We're
ahead.
gonna have we're gonna pop back on this one. I want to do a Wild Out Wednesday. So let's keep it scheduled for a Wild Out Wednesday coming up.
Somebody asked.
I got some wild topics already ready, bro.
Somebody asked, "Was you guys good?" Okay, whatever
Huh?
that meant. Yeah, we're
Fuck is
good,
that?
bro. We're completely fine. We living life
On my
mentally.
soul.
Type
And
shit.
then somebody said, "Yo, mate, got tips and squad finding new stream to watch care to team up and help grow your audience. Let's talk on Discord." Whatever that means. I think
Yeah, all
it
right.
was. I, yeah, okay, all right, but that's Twitch, okay. Crown me and T across the board. Just do it across the board. And then we got JT Tap across the board, okay. Uh, all platforms, y'all stay tuned, y'all stay dangerous, and this is what we doing.
PPP.
Oh
Stay
yeah,
up for the
Pay
CCC.
Play Podcast. If all else fails, and y'all can't find us three individually, Paper Plate Podcast 3. That'll lead you to all us individuals.
Somebody stole our name before us, but that's neither here nor there.
Here or there.
It's your
So
man.
all you
Them
gotta
niggas
do
put
is
out
do.
2 videos, so they don't count. We really
Come
should
on,
just,
man.
we need to go ahead and trademark this shit on my soul.
We can report them and get that shit taken down.
That's
Let
what
me
I'm saying.
stop.
Why don't we?
But either way, it's Paper Plate Podcast, right? Paper Plate Podcast, PPP. Like the loan, we ain't take it out, so ain't nobody looking for us.
I thought about it though.
Speak for
Here you
yourself.
go. Oh my goodness.
I'm just playing.
Anyway,
I'm just playing.
anyway,
Nigga, Shaw was about to say I run a funeral home.
I'm just playing. I'm bullshitting.
make sure you add the number 3 to the Paper
If
Plate
not, you gonna get some other
Podcast,
whack ass niggas that ain't posted in like 4 years.
and you'll find us and see
Matter
what
of
we
fact, we
doing.
got to put their ass for real.
If I see one of y'all on the streets,
We
on my
coming.
soul.
In real time.
Ah,
In real time.
Flagging and shit. Yo, we flagging shit.
Antonio Brown, CTE.
Nigga. Yeah, nigga.
Okay.
Whole-
I don't
striking it, nigga.
Okay. I don't understand why my other co-hosts are doing YN-ish on the platform. I'm just trying to promote us, and they done tuned all the way in, turned
Hey, if you
into
see
some
these dogs
YN.
outside in front y'all barking, storm upstairs going hard.
Chico,
Big
calm
ball.
down, Chico.
Hey, yo, Ariana Grande, come take a ride with Cyclone.
Okay, y'all go ahead. Y'all
Wait,
let me
what?
know when y'all finish.
Wait, what? What the fuck, Ariana Grande?
Hey, man, this is PPP with JTT, Quintelli, and Antoni.
Tony. The hell? For sure. Y'all be
That
smooth.
being served, my dinner is served.
Say no more, man. Y'all be smooth.
Hey,
We're going to jump into late night cap after this, you guys. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later on. Bye.
Oh,
Anyway, that was the late night cap. Hope y'all enjoy this. This is what we do on the daily. Y'all can always check that out.
Create your
YouTube.
own website by saying this.
Shut up, nigga, I'm talking. YouTube, things of that nature, or any social media. You'll just type in Play Podcast 3. And of course, this is how we rocking. This is how we coming for real in real time. They think it's a game, but it's not. This is what we do. This is how we operate. This is who we are, and we gonna forever do that. Yeah, talk about it. But anyway, unlocked it. We gonna jump right into the late night cap, man. Ain't no games, ain't no questions. Y'all know how this go. Boom, we already there. And we'll tie it off like that. Simple. Let's get to it.